righty, everyone. Richard Carlton here. Welcome to another awesome day. I am here on a computer somewhere lost in the internet. Let me see if I can find my Slack here. Where did I go? There I am. Hello, everyone. Welcome to an awesome day of FileMaker training. I'm Richard Carlton. I'm here with Nick Hunter. Today is going to be day 2 of an awesome 2-day broadcast. We're covering all sorts of very cool stuff. Hopefully you don't hear too much of an echo or a weird modulation in the audio. If you hear that, definitely let me know. I suspect you might hear it a little bit on YouTube or Twitch, hopefully not Discord. We have 4 broadcast studios, and 2 of the studios have this issue, and we're trying to chase it down. The other 2 studios, the Fairfield and the Portland studios, don't have the issue. So I'm here in Santa Clara today. I'll be broadcasting from here tomorrow, but between here and there, we're going to get things straightened out. So, Nick, are you there? How are you, sir?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm ready to go, and I'm very fine, and I'm really exciting for this day 2 of the GetLayoutObjectAttribute.
Awesome. All right. Well, why don't you get rolling here? Just a reminder, if people visit fmtraining.tv, they can see the upcoming schedule. If you go to fmtraining.tv, press the live tab, you can see that information, the upcoming broadcast schedule. Also, if you want to help support the channel, press the button where it says bundles, and those are the bundles that you can purchase to help. You're buying yourself training, which is really great, on-demand training, but at the same time, you're helping to support the channel and to keep the lights on. It's very important because it's a small business, and that's how we operate. So we are not Apple. Nick once upon a time was Apple, but he's not Apple anymore. So you liked Apple, but are you happy to be here, Nick?
I'm thrilled to be here. As I said, you need to fire me to let me go, because I won't go anywhere.
Well, that would be a tall order. Because if I fired you, the people on the broadcast here would string me up. So that would be very bad. So all right. Well, let's get going. So today is on GetLayoutObjectAttribute, day 2. Yesterday we covered the basics of this. Hopefully those of you who have basic questions, you can watch that video. Today is a little bit more advanced. So Nick, take it away.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Actually, I have the best job in the world, but don't tell him, okay? Don't tell the boss I said that. That's a secret between you and me. Okay, so the GetLayoutObjectAttribute day 2, that's the most exciting part of it. Yesterday was boring with those stuff and closing and stuff like that. So now we are going to talk about the real stuff, okay? So the GetLayoutObjectAttributes, most of the time I'm using that for the positioning of objects, okay? So the problem is positioning of object. Of course, FileMaker did the thing very difficult for us. It was too easy to make the thing easy, right? No. FileMaker, if they can do something easy, they go straight to the complicated thing. Okay, so yeah, I'm half joking here, and so I'm going to show you. Let me share my screen right quick. Okay, so here you see my screen. I'm removing the thing in the middle of the nose. Okay, so here you see. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so when you want to position an object based on another object, is most of the time you want to create a window. Okay, so you want a window. You want something to appear where as a given coordinate, okay, like this, for example. You click here, right, and you have a nice Carl style window that comes and appears just underneath the account button, right? So, like for example, here I want to add an account, so select account name. You click here. And you have the button, and you have the list coming. This is the Carl style window coming right behind, underneath the button. That's awesome. And of course, if I move the window, this moves as well. Okay, so that's cool, right? Because Carl style window, they are inside, the window here. So that's very cool. But what happened? That's why I put the thing bad here. Bad is bad is bad. What happened when I do this? I move this here, move this button here, forget about this one, follow this one, okay? And I move this here, so I move the object in the layout. What happened here? Okay, it still go there. right? So if I click here, it doesn't follow the object. So yeah, forget about this one. Okay, let's remove those for a moment. Let's say, see, if I go there, it still go there. It doesn't. It didn't follow my object here, right? So why is because in my script here, I said I want the card to appear on the position 153 on top and 344 on the left. So that means the button here is not there anymore. Before it was there, 144. It was there before, right? Hold on. What was the coordinate? 133, 344. Okay, so 133, 44. Okay, so that was the coordinate before. But if that because physically my object it was matching what I've put there, but this is not dynamically changing. Okay, it's not dynamically changing, and of course I have removed because I want the window to appear. You see on 153 when my object was on 131. Why? Is because I need those 22 pixel points of the 8 of the button. I want the window to appear on the bottom of the object. So, so I said to come to 153. That means the bottom of the object, right? So the top of the window is the bottom of the object, and the left of the window is the left of the object. But those are hard-coded thing. Okay. What I want to do, so let's remove the bad thing here. What I want to do this. Okay, hold on. Unfortunately, I forgot to do this. So forgive me. I need to change my preference here. I need to make the screen display, the arrangement. I need to make this one the system. Okay, so everything moved and everything. So sorry for that. I need to make that the system here. Okay, so you will see some. Where's my file now? Oh, sorry for that. Okay, so now it worked. Okay. So I can share my screen again. Okay, so now what I want to do is when I click here to have the window appearing exactly where it should be, but if I change the position of the button, let's say I'm putting the button here, right? This show up also here, okay? So that's what I want to do. I want the object to dynamically be tied to the position of the object in the layout. Okay, that's what I want to do. So now, how we can do that? How we can get the position of the object based on the position of the coordinate of the position in the layout? Okay, for that we use GetObjectLayoutAttributes. Okay, so for example, if I go there and I said, okay, so the name of the button here, sorry, I need to get the name of the button to make sure the button of the name is this one, okay? So if I go to the data viewer and I say that I want the GetLayoutObjectAttribute of the object name, this one, I want the top position for it, although I want the bottom position. Okay, this is 260. Okay, this is the position of the bottom of the button. If I want the top, I have the top. If I want left, I have left, right? So I have the top, the bottom, I have all the coordinate of the button. But here the catch. So that great. So now I can position my window. I can just go and say in my window, okay, so here I have a button and I say I want the GetLayoutObjectAttribute top, okay, and I want the GetLayoutAttribute 8, the height of the button, okay, the 8 of this, and I want the GetLayoutAttribute of the left. So far, so good, you know. But if I'm doing this only, it doesn't work. That's what I was saying at the beginning. I said that's why FileMaker, you know, they couldn't resist to make the thing complicated. And so the thing is, so let me show you how it works if I don't take care of the problems. Okay, so this is what happened if I don't take care of the problem here. So window 1, okay. So when I do this, let me save, okay. So if I do this, you click here and appear here. It doesn't appear where it should be, right? And when we make, and I said, okay, I just say I want the coordinate of this button, and he positioned the window here. And what is weird is if I remove the status toolbar, is there, right? So with the status toolbar is there, without is there. And now if I position myself here, look where the window is somewhere. Oh, it's on the bottom here. See, up here there, because I moved the window there. So it doesn't work. So I know most of you say, okay, this function is broken. This function need to go back to the drawing board. And I said no, because FileMaker wanted to make the thing difficult, but we can overcome this. This is why I have those coordinates here. Okay, so let me explain the problem of the Windows positioning into our based on an object coordinate. It is not the object coordinate in the layout. It is the object coordinate on the screen. It's not the coordinate of the object that is, the object is there, right? Here, the coordinate of the object, see, look, I have this, hold on, what was the name of the object? Oh, see, I have it, okay. So let's say I have, so that's why I'm saying FileMaker, you know, yeah, you know what I think. Okay, so this is 605. This is the top of the object. If I move the window, it changes to 309. If I change the window here, if I put the window to 0, 0, then I have the real position. But the position of the object is the position of the object of the on the screen. And the problem is we cannot tell an object to position itself based on the screen. When you say when you have this get window, when you say new window and you want to give coordinate here, when you want to give the position, is the position in the layout. So here we have a disconnection. We get the position of the object in the screen, and we want to use that coordinate to send an information to this function here, to this script step, to position an object in the layout. So that's why it's a nightmare. Okay, it's a nightmare. It doesn't work. So how we do that? How we can take care of this? Okay, FileMaker, in their big and nice, what's the name? Hold on. Where's my? I have a screenshot on this. Where's the screenshot? Okay, on this one, not this one, not this one. I have a screenshot. I took the screenshot yesterday. I don't know what it is. So FileMaker gave us the possibility to what's the name? To have the coordinate of their here. FileMaker, in their generosity, they tell you that you need to take care of multiple things. Determine the height of the size of the status toolbar, the formatting toolbar. Because what we need to do, we need to withdraw to withdraw from the coordinate of the button, we need to withdraw the status toolbar 8, the distance from the top for the top, and the distance from the left of the window, this distance and this distance. And then we get back the position on the layout. Let me explain. But before to explain, I want to explain the problem of the status toolbar. Because the status toolbar is just not 8. FileMaker says here that the status toolbar icons with text is 106 points. Icons only is 93 points. Text only is 67 points. And here you have if you don't display record, you have those coordinates. So let me explain what it is. Let's say I have this and I say I want icon only. It's smaller. And if I say I want text only, it's smaller. Now, if I have icon and text and I customize my bar and I said, I don't want this, I don't want it's smaller. It gets smaller, right? And actually, that's even a bug here. Okay, so you know what I mean, right? So the problem is this is totally unpredictable, and we have no way to know what the people do there. You know, maybe people will. I want this to be there, right? So I want that to be there. So my 8 is different. Okay, so and I have no way to know what the people do here. But yes, there is a way. Okay, there is a way to cancel this nightmare here. And you need to take care of the formatting bar. Okay, the formatting bar is this bar. Okay, that's the formatting bar. And again, there's no way we know if that shows up or not. Okay, so here what you do. Okay, to get that automatically calculated. See, here is automatically calculated. Status toolbar 106. If I don't show the bar, is 22. That means is this only the 22 of the bar here, automatically calculated. If I say I want icon only, now it says 93. If I want text only, it says 67. So now I have a way to get that calculated. And how you do that? Very simple. Very simple. You withdraw the window 8 height and you withdraw the window content height. So what you do here is this. You get the size of the content. The content is inside the layout. The content is this. Is what is inside inside this. It doesn't count this. So the window content is this. So you get the window content 8, and you withdraw the window 8, which is from here to the bottom. And then you have the size of this because you withdraw, you do the math. So that's how you get the thing done. Okay, so as I said, FileMaker loves the thing to be very complicated. Okay, so now we know how to address this problem. So we have the status toolbar 8. We got this. The distance from the top, that's easy. It's this, the distance from the top or the left is the window left, window top. We have a function for that. It's very cool. It gives you the position from the top, 8 points. If I move this, now it's 139. If I move this, now is 494. Okay, and same for the left. Okay, left is 223. Okay, so now I know the distance between this and this. I know the distance between on the status toolbar, including the formatting bar or not. Formatting bar is 25 pixels. Okay, and I have the distance from the left. So now it is easy to do the math. So, I mean, easy. It's possible. So what you do here, you said whatever the GetLayoutObjectAttribute top returns, okay, minus the distance from the top, minus the status toolbar 8, minus the formatting bar. This is to calculate the top of the window. And then for the left, you say whatever the GetLayoutObjectAttributes returns for the left minus the distance from the left. So now with this, you get the position of the window based on the object, and see what happened. If I I don't show the status toolbar, it still follow. If I move this, still follow, right? So I don't have any problem anymore because I have this, and this calculated, okay? And here it tells you minus 30. If I do this, it tells you minus 294. So it's still working because now it's negative because it's on outside the screen. Please don't come with the question, what I'm doing if I have multiple screen. You don't want multiple screen. Throw them away. Now it's more complicated when you have multiple screen. Is wow, woo, woo, woo. So I don't want to come here with the super duper extra complication here. So I just want you to start with this, and then we come back later in another day for the more complicated thing. But this is very important. So now you can have this nice construction where you have this. Look the workflow you can have. You click, you say, okay, I want to select the account name. Okay, click, you have this. And then you search, I want soda, for example. And I want this one. Okay, I want the soda-less foundation. Okay, I click here and click, and you have the foundation. Normally it should come, it doesn't come. Why? I don't know why. And okay, normally it should come there with the anyway. Now, sorry, it's because it's there. Okay. Because I moved the whole thing here. My bad. Normally those are on top each other. Okay. So let me do it again. Okay. You have the button here. You click here. You select somebody, and you select somebody. Okay. See. So you have a nice kind of thing here working. Okay. So this is you can build with a combination of card style window, and then you can get into the context. You know, remember my what's the name? My session about the card style window. Here I am in the context. Context. Here I am in the account context. So whatever I do here, it's all in. This is a list view. It's not a portal. So it's better than having a popover that pops in the middle of the nose. You know, it's much better. But now you can do something like this because you know how to manage the positioning of objects based on the GetLayoutObjectAttribute. So we have some here. We have some question. Can you get the card window to close by clicking outside the window? No, and I don't understand. So that was a question by P-Brain Pete saying that on Discord. Can you get the card window to close by clicking outside? Pretty much what it says. Can I get this and click outside? Something I don't understand, Pete. I think your name, right? On iOS. That is the behavior. On iOS, you tap outside the card style window, it dismisses it. Okay, it dismisses it. Not on Mac and PC. I don't understand. If they have the behavior on iOS, why they don't do that? I agree. And they should have, you know, what they should have, you know, actually, okay, if I was still there, I would have told them, you know, and with a lot of slamming doors and a lot of F words afterwards, I would have said, can I have a new button here, a new checkbox, say, okay, dismiss with click outside, whatever. Okay, can we have this here? We have a space here, yeah, because you see this here, you have things that are relevant. For example, in card, those are not relevant, so it grays out. In dialogue, those are not relevant, so it grays out. and floating window, this doesn't, and document the same. So why you don't do here, you have one coming here, say, okay, oh yeah, dismiss by clicking outside. Oh, hallelujah, right? No, too simple, too great. So no, we cannot, and I don't know why. It could be very nice though. We have to space, so we should put a button here. Yeah, exactly. Can catch mouse, click anywhere, and outside the dialog window. No, we cannot click. We cannot do that. So there's a way we can. It's a hack. Okay, it's a hack. I don't like it. You have kind of a giant. It doesn't even work very well. I don't even want to talk about it. But it's not really working, and I don't like it. Meaning, by default, you are always into a field, right? Always by default, you are into the field, and when you click outside, it doesn't even catch the see. It doesn't even catch the click. Here, catch the click. See, I'm here, for example. See, when I click outside, it doesn't do that, right? So yeah, it doesn't work. Forget about it. So let me continue. So this was cool, and so you can have the position of any kind of objects, right? And you can do whatever you want here. Can you use the keystroke trigger to get a card window to when? Yeah, of course. Of course. And I have it. Look.
Yeah, he's saying that you can use it. He's letting Pete know that he can use that.
No, it can't. What? You can use what?
He said you can. He wasn't asking a question. He was just letting Pete know that you can use the keystroke trigger to get the card window to close.
Yeah, you can. Look, see? Look. Build it. I did that on my another session, but I can repeat it. That's why I have it here. I put it here. See, I have a cross to close the window, and I have ESC here to remember you that you can do that. So how you do that? Very simple. You have on this layout. So let me bring the layout here. On this layout here, you have a trigger on layouts that says on layout keystroke. And on layout keystroke, you have a little script that says this. If the code of the get trigger stroke key is 27, you close the window. So let me explain that again, okay? Again. Okay. So let me put a show dialog, okay? So, and I put this. Key stroke. Then you can keep it. So we use the ASCII codes, okay? Okay. So we use ASCII codes to the. So the code, when the code function here returns the ASCII code of any character. If I say code, and you say A, this is the ASCII code of the A. The B is this, the C is this, the 1 is this, the 2 is this, the space is this, the tab is 9, etc. And that's the code of the character. But sometimes that's the code of the key. It's not even the character, it's the key, okay? So, but we press keys like return, return, enter, space, tab, so we have those keys as well. So now you see, for example, when you press escape is 27. When you press return is 13. When you press enter, you know what I mean? When you press enter is 10. When you press tab is 9. Space bar is 32. F is 102. Y is 121, etc. So you get the code of the key you struck. Okay. So now that you have this, I keep that for debugging. Okay. So because you guys will get this file at the end of the webinar. So if the code is 27, which means escape key, that's what it means. Okay. 27 means escape key. Close the window. So here what happened? It's very simple. So in this window here, when the window appears, right, you click outside, you click escape, and It's not there. From, see? Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so now remember last time, yesterday, I talked to you about the get layout object from They should have called this function even longer. Okay, so you see, you have many things, and yesterday I told you about those two. I said, forget about this. We talk about those two, today, and we are today. So we know about the object name. We know about the attribute name. Top, left, or contents, source, or whatever. Or a has focus and closing thing and stuff. So we talk about this, but we didn't talk about those, and they are optional. Like everything, I repeat again, all the field, all the what's the name? When you have a like when you have a set field or list, for example, list, when you have the brackets, that means it's optional. In that function, that means an additional field is optional, and this means it's optional. That means you can, okay. But now we need those. We need those because I want to do this, and that's why I love this function, and because of this. Everything else I don't I don't care much, but this is because I love this function because of this. I want to do this. Click here, here. Add, 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 add. I don't know if you notice what happened here, but my window is following the row where I'm in, right? It's following the row of the pole. So and if I have the same kind of button, let's say I have this small button here. Let's say I have a button here, and I want the opposite of this one. Okay. And I have this, and pretty much I want the same as this one. Okay. So if I want to see, he follows the where I am, the row I am in. The last one, this one, this one, this one. So how you do that? Forget about get active role number, blah blah. It's impossible because you need to position by a coordinates, right? So you need a function that gives you the coordinate where you are now, not based on the object, but not based on the layout position, but on the screen position. Okay. So I'm here, okay. And so how you do that? You use the function here on the GetLayoutObjectAttributes at the portal row number. So I click in a portal row, I get the portal row number and the right object name. Let me explain. Here, I want to position myself based on that object. The button to add an account portal. Okay, that the object, it's a button that is on the portal. I want to base myself here. I want the GetLayoutObjectAttribute to give me the bottom position of this button based on the current, you guessed it, active portal row number. So gets me the object attribute of the button add account portal, the button add account in the portal. I want the top of this, okay? I want the top of this what's the name object. And in order, so here's the trick. Here the voodoo stuff again with FileMaker. Okay, you cannot do this. If you do this, it doesn't work. Let me explain, and follow me because it's kind of it's sketchy. Let's say If you want to use this parameter, you need to get both. It's not, this is optional, but not this one or this one. If you want to base the positioning of your the coordinate of the position based on the repetition number. Repetition number is for repeating fields. So you work for repeating fields and it works for portal row numbers. Okay, you know what I mean. So you can have a repeating field and base yourself on a repeating field. I didn't build the example on repeating fields because it's kind of for a repeating field is not like used like we used in the past. But you got the point. You need to tell something here. You need to put something like a space or whatever, but you need to put something. You need here, if you want to get this one working, you need to get these two working. You cannot just say portal row number. No, you need to say whatever in a repeating field, and then I want the portal row number free. Okay. That's why most of the people cannot get it working, because they say, "Oh yeah, it's optional, it's optional." So I don't, I don't want the thing that's optional. So I get rid of this one, and okay, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So that's why here in my demonstration, I have here the get layout object attribute. I want the top, whatever the get active repetition number, whatever the get active role. So that means this will always work. This will always work. And I can do a demo if you want. Okay. Let's say I'm changing the button. Let's say I'm building a repeating field. We have some time, so we can play a little bit. Let's say I have a repeating field. Okay. Repeating field. Okay. I have a nice repeating field. Let's say I put I said I want 10 objects, So I have the repeating field here, and no, this is repeating field, and I want my 10 thingy here, and I want it vertical. Okay, I'm a repeating field, and I say Nick and Rick, and we do have Ken, we have Scott, we have Bunny. We have whatever. Okay, so repeating field, right? So far so good. Let me put this to make sure that people sees that this is a repeating field. Okay, so now I want to base my stuff here, and I call this repeating field. I call that field repeating field. Okay. Okay, I can remove this one. Repeating field. So now I'm copying this button here. And I put my button here, right? Let's say I put my button here, or no, let's put the button under in front of each one, right? Or whatever. That's why I didn't do the let's put the button here. Okay. So now I'm saying I want this button here, but I don't need that to aid too much, but it's okay. And I want this one. And the portal, okay, whatever. So now I have the button here. And why is it not coming? Oh, why is it not coming? Okay, here. Why is it not coming? Okay. Okay, why is it not coming here? It should be there. Oh, sorry. It's because I have the hidden state here. Okay. So now I'm here. I position myself here, and I want this to happen here. Okay, so I don't know why it's not working, but I wasn't prepared for that, so forget about it. It should work here. It should get the active repetition number. But
all right, Nick, there's only so many miracles you're allowed to perform at one time, right?
No, it's okay. Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that one, so I wanted to do on the fly, and it's not something you can do on the fly like this. But this one here, it was easier because I can have the button on the list, right? So it's not the same. It's not the same problematic. So okay. So now you got the point. So now that I want, now you understand what I'm going, where I'm coming here, is because I'm telling the thing that I want. I add those two things here, and the get active or portal role gives you the name, the number of the portal you're in. Okay, so so when you click here, see when you're there, you click here. So I am in the number 2, right? And if I click here now, here, I refresh, I'm number 6. I click here, now I'm number 8. So what the get layout object attributes will do, it will tell, okay, I have the object you want here, and I'm taking the coordinate of the object you want that is in the row number 8, right? So, and that's why you can have this nicely working thingy like this,
Nick, I have a question. Is there a reason that you use parentheses around the get or the active repetition instead of quotations, or does that matter?
Where you see
yep,
that?
Yep, right there. So,
Oh,
yep.
no, it's because this is a function. This is a FileMaker function. Active, see, it's active repetition number is here, right? It's a function, so that's why I use this. But okay, so when you use a constant, we call that a constant. When you use a constant, you need to put a quote.
Got it.
But
okay.
when you use a function, you don't need a quote. Okay.
Okay.
Like if you want a field here, if you want to point to a field, you don't put quotes. Quotes is you want to do something like manual, right? Like this, for example. Now it's a good question. So let's say I want the get current date, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I want the 10/28/2020, So I put that in quote.
Okay.
Right. So it's you know what I mean. So if I use a function, I don't need a quote. And here on the two, on those two here, I'm using a function because the advantage of the function is it gives me it returns the active portal row number where I'm clicking.
Yeah.
At the moment I'm clicking, so I don't need to take care of that. Actually, that's the only way you can do it. You cannot predict where you're going to click. So I saw a question about what happened if you go to the last, you go to the last field like this, right?
Yeah, Agent Chevy. Yeah.
Yeah, I could take care of this. I mean, if you go up and down like this, first of all, is take care of this, okay? So I could take care of this and say, okay, if it's too low, you can do a math. If the bottom of the window bottom is too close from the bottom of the screen, that's a math you can do. Then you can say, okay, withdraw like the amounts, the equal amount on this. You know what I mean? You withdraw so the window, instead of appear there, if I withdraw from the top, so for most, okay, what will happen here if I'm doing this is the window will never go under in a negative, down it will never be more than the bottom of the screen, so the window will always appear here, like or here, right, just on the edge of it will never go down. We can do that. You can predict that if you want by positioning yourself, by analyzing where you are, so where the window is on the bottom, and the total and the height of the screen. So you can get that done. Yes, you can. It's a little bit more complicated, but it's doable. Yeah, active repetition number. Yeah, active repetition number is actually you have two get for the repetition number. Okay, I'm wondering, do I want to hang myself or not? Meaning, do I want to propose to you guys a webinar about repeating field or not? Because this is a repeating field is the best way to hang yourself. Okay, so I don't know. We will see. Let me think about it. Yes, thank you, Moki. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's so you have multiple. For the repetition number, you have two gets thing. You have get active repetition. Okay, active repetition. Okay, and you have the get calculation repetition number. So this is voodoo. Everybody that is 40 years old and younger don't know at all what that means. The calculation repetition number. If you have any question, this is the moment, because this is what I want to. That's what I want to demonstrate today. It's the positioning of objects, and I hope you guys will understand that. But you will get my file, so you'll get it. You know.
Well, Nick, you can give it to me, and I can post it. They'll have it by for sure tomorrow. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So it's so you get all the thing working, and it might not make sense, but it was just for a demonstration, right? So you get that working. You know how to get that now, how to get the status toolbar automatically without reading the FileMaker craziness and doing stuff like this, right? Status toolbar 70 points, 80 points, and you know. Actually, it took me some time to find this page yesterday, and so if you have 5 minutes, I can continue to work on to demonstrate two other what's the name attribute on the GetLayoutObjectAttribute. So let me go to the help right quick here, and there's two that we didn't cover. GetLayoutObjects attributes. So we are going to talk about those two. They're cool though. Enclosing object, contain objects. Okay, we are going to play with those two. So enclosing and contained are all for panels or panels popovers. Let's use popover. I like popover for that. I'm using that for popover. So let's say I want to point to the popover objects, right? And I want to know the contained objects. So this is the object that I have in the popover. Feed first, last, and container. Sounds great. Sounds cool, right? So that was contained. Now I want what contained in slide 1. At field 1 and field 2. In slide 2, I have field 3 and field 4 in slide 3. So why you get this? Let's say you don't know. Let's say you have a UI and you want the UI to be extremely portable, like I do. You know, I have a lot of I have a reusable UI. Most of the time, I don't even have to take care of scripts. I mean, I copy the script that attached to that, and that's it. It just works. Okay. So let's say you want to point. I want to know who has the field number 5, right? And then I can go to the slide number 3, because I know this is it, right? This is the what's the name? This is the field that I want to point to in the layout. So it goes straight where it is. And it tells me where it is. So it can be cool. This is the contain object. So now I want to know the field first. Where is it? Is inside popover. Field first is inside popover. Yeah, it's true. It's there. Now I want to know field 1 here. Field 1. Where is field 1? Field 1 is in slide 1. Field 2 is in slide 1. Field 3 in slide 2. So again, okay. So you can point to the objects and say, okay, I I want get layout object attributes and closing object of slide 2, and then you can get, you can get or field free. You know where to go. So it's this is when you want to have a very advanced, very smart navigation. Okay, you use that and closing and stuff. This is great because something else that you need to know. I'm not using most of the. I never ever use go to fields much. In my I'm using go to field for one specific reason. The go to field. Okay. Why I'm not using this, because you cannot go to a field and calculate the name of the field. We don't have a go to field by name. We don't have this. Okay. Instead, you can say go to field object name quick find. And here I have a good example. Why I'm not using this, and why the name of the object in the layout is more and more and more relevant. First of all, because we have now the object tree, right? We have this. We make the renaming of object very easily. But not only this, but for this kind of thing. Let's say I don't want this. I want go to field, okay? And I want to go to the field inside accounts, name, search field. I want to go there. So when I open the window, here what I want to do. When I want to open the window, where am I? Here. Okay. When I want to open the window on this, I want automatically to go to the search box here. Okay. So yeah, it shouldn't work. Now it works, but normally it shouldn't work. Go. Maybe because I'm not in the right. Let me see. If I do this. Yeah, it works. So normally it doesn't work. I mean, sometimes it doesn't work when the fields are inside parts like this. Let me show you. When objects are in the top navigation or on the header, you have issues to go to the object using the go to field. Okay, so go to object always work. Okay, so that's why I'm saying I'm going to go to object and not go to field. Also, because whatever the name of the field is, I go to object quick find and I just have to name the field quick find. But sometimes the field is named differently because it's on different files. So the tables are different, the occurrences are different. So I said go to quick find and my script works. So those are good tricks to save you time and money. Nick has tested drawing a line and using line 1 start point to place the new window. Yeah, no, I never tried this. So that's a question. David Angel saying, okay, Nick has tested drawing a line and using get layout object attribute line 1 start point to place the new window. That should work. But since you use get layout object attributes, the start point, you will get the start point also based on the screen coordinate and on the layout coordinate, which means you still have the same problem. So I don't know if that will help a lot, David. I don't know. I never tried this technique. Clear up the unusual behavior. Yeah. Okay. So I think we're good. We right on time.
Yeah, right on time. Well, thank you, Nick. Richard, I don't know if you have any last...
Yeah. Yep. Real quick. So quick update on my end of things. We're going to get this file to everyone for sure by tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead. Nick, if you want to quit sharing your screen briefly, I'm going to switch over here to video. See if that's going to work. Hello. Yeah. Nick has to quit sharing his screen, and there we go. So we got Richard here. Yep. All right, cool. So real quick, So as an update to everyone, we are actively working on making sure that we're able to present next week some important content. We've made a couple in-flight changes to our upcoming broadcast. Next week, we're going to be covering FileMaker Server 19.12, and I'm digging through all the technical documents on it. And Nick, I got to get with you back with the conversation about including someone on our Slack. We need to have a conversation with that person if possible. What we're doing is we're collecting all the data, distilling it down, making sure that you understand. So Claris has gone back and made some, they basically are going away from page level locking and startup restoration. We had a standing recommendation for people to not use it, but it was turned on by default with FileMaker Server 18, and then it promptly caught fire with a bunch of people and ate their databases. And so Claris tried to pretend like it was not a deal, but they ended up pulling it. Starting with 19, they basically had it off by default, and now with this newest update, you can't even get to startup restoration or page level locking. It's totally removed from the product. However, they're doing other things to improve the performance, and that's what we want to talk about this coming Monday for that. And I think Jacob Taylor is going to be talking about the Linux version. We have Linux up and running. It is the final shipping one. It's no longer, I think, in preview mode. It's official. They've cleaned it up. They had to bring back some engineers who had retired to to dust it off. For those of you who know John Thatcher, he was kind of reactivated. It's like when you retire, like if you had a football team and most of you, or you had a famous sports player and he retired and he's in retirement, and after 5 or 6 years of retirement, they bring him back because no one else knows how the hell to throw a football.
And that the demonstration of what I was saying about people like this, like valueless salt and stuff like that. People are dead, so they can't. If the guy disappeared, it's okay. It's gone.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're making sure that we go through this server. So we've set up 2 identical servers. We have a server that's running 19.0 server, and then a server that's running the 19.1.2. We have a very exciting conversation next week. So it's going to be FileMaker server and going down that road with the Linux version and also the performance improvements on the Mac Windows 19.1.2. I assume all those changes have been engineered into the Linux version, although I haven't specifically done that yet. I would assume that all 3 versions of the server are being updated in parallel. It'd be kind of weird if they didn't update them in parallel together. So import dialog, are we doing import dialog tomorrow with you, Nick? Is that what's going on tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow it will be more about playing with the import dialog. Everybody knows about it. It's more about using that technique in different ways, and especially on the server. I will have a real world kind of I don't have the time to build a layout or a sample file for tomorrow. I don't have the time for that. It's too much. So I'm going to build a file for later. When I have time, but it takes too long. But I'm going to demonstrate the duplication. I will have a sample file. This is very easy, but the most complicated thing I'm going to show tomorrow, I won't have a file, but it's okay. You can. Yeah. It's not difficult.
Yeah. And then of course I'm focused on the content for next week. So you got multiple senior people at RCC. We're generating the content on separate tracks, and so this is. I'm just briefing you that the Richard and Jacob Taylor track is coming next week.
Actually, what I'm saying is not true, because you have what I'm going to explain. The most difficult thing I'm going to explain tomorrow. You have on FM Launchpad, and I'm going to point you where you have this in FM Launchpad. So yes, you have a demonstration. So sorry for that. It's there on FM Launchpad.
Yeah, people always forget about that. There's so much goodness, as you would say. There's so much goodness in Launchpad.
It's everything I know in FM Launchpad. If you know how to dig, you have it's a gold mine. But you have to dig.
You have to dig. So Mookie, you have to get out the old shovel and go at it. And then Brain Pete, I don't know. Is that like a newer name? And then we have obviously the lurkers who are watching from our competitors are there. Once again, welcome DB Services and PCI. Everyone else, welcome. Glad you made it with us today. So next week we'll be doing the update on the new servers. It'll be exciting. Nick, you might just want to watch that just to get yourself up to speed with some of the new stuff. That's pretty cool, because we're going to be showing stuff that even Nick doesn't even know. Oh!
Well, good luck with this.
Good luck showing something that Nick don't know. All right, that's awesome.
Bring friends. Bring friends. You need friends.
Okay, what is this video? It's someone digging a hole. There we go. Right on. Digging lean design.
You don't need to dig that much. Or don't. Come on, man. Come on, man.
He's got the beer right there. I like it. It's good to go. All right, cool. Well, that's it for today, Haley. Let's roll the end credits.
All righty.
Guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected. The quarterback, great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Trying to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap, stands in, throws it left for Amendola, reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10, rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.